Hello and how are you? Hey, friends, you'll notice that there ain't no peepers on the face today on account of, well, I can see again. I decided not to eat before I done my blogs because, well, I'd like to be able to see to get through them. So anyway, today is Monday, September the 28th, 2020. Got a happy birthday shout out going out to Sarah Evitts, Keith Brady, and Savannah Owens. And those are the three birthdays for me to be shouting about. Sarah and Keith and Savannah. And so what, without further ado, here's a birthday song for the three of you. I said, hey Savannah, hey Keith, and Sarah, I heard it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I'ma say. You're 1 more year older today, so happy birthday to you, I say. I said, hey Sarah, hey Keith, hey Savannah, hey. I heard it's your birthday today. Hey, that's one more trip around the sun that you made. I know you're glad to have a birthday today, so happy birthday to you, I say, and many more. You cha 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 cha. All right, there you go. There is your birthday shout out from the Shen Show. All right. Hey, look, and then I got some Shen Show likes. These are folks that like the Shen Show, although there are other folks out there that like the Shen Show that never go ahead and push the thumb up button right down below. And well, the ones that do, I make mention of them every day if I can, just to let them know that I am so happy that they watch the show. I'd like to have more of them, like Craig Wyant. You can like the Shin Show, even if you don't like the Shin Show, you can like it anyway. And Donnie Rhodes, he's always like it. He likes the Shin Show regardless whether he's liking the Shin Show or not. He watches. Sometimes he gets a chance to like it. Sometimes he's a busy man, I tell you. He's trying to keep an airplanes up in the air. And well, you guys got to hand it to him. He's a pretty busy man. But anyway, where am I at here? I've done knocked off everything. Here we go. These are the folks that like the Shin Show the most. Jamie O'Driscoll, Martin Kelly, Clary, Leony, Pedraza, Fernandez, Ashley Briscoe, Mary Jalbuna, Christopher W. Campbell. He's a new like, Christopher W. Campbell is. And so I'm going to have to throw a friend request his way just to see how he heard about me. I think one of my friends sent an okie dokie friendship pin over to him. And I know Martin has tuned somebody into me, so I appreciate that too, because when Martin shared, somebody else picked up on it, and well, and I believe the one that they picked up on was the Bible with Briscoe, not the Shin Show. And of course, Amanda Sue, she's not just a Shin Show liker, she is also one of my Pokey pals. That's right, she's my Pokey pal. And I don't see her name on here. Well, I said it. I'm sure I did. Amanda Sue Little. Oh my goodness, it's not on there. Okay, well, we're going to take care of that right now. Wake up. Wake up. Amanda Sue Little. Backspace. Backspace. Select Little. Cap that. Go to sleep. Okay, there she is on the list. Ha 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 ha. All righty then. Looks like it's time for the weather. The weather forecast is going to be brought to us today by Mama's Makins. Yes, Mama's Makins is the best food in town. Mama's Makins is something that she has cooked up, prepared, and sent over to me to eat without teeth. And now that I have teeth, well, I still don't have teeth, but my gums are starting to gum up a little bit better. But pre-chewed food is just as well. So Mama Eats, that's for me. I get Mama Eats treats every day. So here we go. The weather forecast for the rest of the night, the remaining of the night. Showers are early and then clearing overnight. Lows are 47 degrees Fahrenheit with winds west to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of showers is 30%, but I tell you this much, it was raining out there just a few minutes ago. I heard it hard on the roof, so I know it was coming down. Uh-huh. So 30%, I'm going to give her 100%. Rain come down. Now, overnight, I'm not too sure of, but I know it was about 5 minutes ago. So, all right, Tuesday, September the 29th, partly to mostly cloudy skies, highs around 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be west to northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies overnight with lows around 51 degrees Fahrenheit and winds west to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For your Wednesday night forecast, that's September the 30th, sunny skies, highs around 76 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be west at 10 to 20 miles per hour with clearing skies overnight. Lows around 46 degrees Fahrenheit with winds west to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then let's try October the 1st. October the 1st would be coming in on a Thursday this year with sun, along with a few afternoon clouds. Highs around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds are going to be northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Mainly clear skies overnight with lows around 43 degrees Fahrenheit and winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Intervals of clouds and sunshine are going to be pouring in on us on Friday, October the 2nd. Highs around 60 degrees Fahrenheit with winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then Friday night, October the 2nd, still, we got partly cloudy skies with lows around 44 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be light and variable. Now then, partly cloudy skies in the morning will give way to cloudy skies overnight and during the afternoon. Highs around 64 degrees Fahrenheit with winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Yes, cloudy with occasional showers later on at night. Lows with 51 degrees Fahrenheit and winds are going to be south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain that day, 40%. Now that day's not here, so I can't tell you whether it's raining outside now or not, but it sure was a while ago. Anyway, hey, that there, my friends, is your 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. Now, I do have to sing a song. There was another song I wanted to sing, and I forgot it. And it had rock in it, you know, rock and roll. A rock and roll, a rock and roll, a rock and roll. Every little bit is a rock and roll. Every little story is a rock and roll. I want to rock, rock, a rock and roll. I want to rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. I want to rock around the clock tonight. Hey, little rock and roll. That might be it. We'll try that one. We'll go ahead and do that one. All right. Well, we're just going to pop it out. A rock around the clock song lyrics. It's Bill Haley in the comments. Song lyrics, rock around the clock. There we go. 1, 2, 3 o'clock rock. 4, 5, 6 o'clock rock. 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock rock. We're going around the clock tonight. Well, the clock strikes 1, 2, and 3. We're going to rock and roll till. Nope, that ain't it. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3 o'clock rock. 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock rock. 8 o'clock rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock rock. 12 o'clock rock. We're going to rock around the clock tonight. We'll put your glad rags on and you'll join me now. We'll have some fun when the clock strikes 1. We're going to rock, rock, rock around the clock tonight. We're going to rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. We're going to rock, rock, rock on. A rock around the clock tonight. When the clock strikes 2, 3, and 4. If the band slows down, we'll yell for more. We're going to rock around the clock tonight. We're going to rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. We're going to rock around the clock tonight. Oh, when the clock chimes ring 5, 6, and 7, we'll be right in the seventh heaven. We're going to rock around the clock tonight. We're going to rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. We're going to rock around the clock tonight. Oh, well, Hmm. When it's 8, 9, 10, and 11 too, I'll be going strong, and so will you. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Oh well, when the clock strikes 12, we'll cool off then. Start a rocking around the clock again. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till now, day and night. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. All right, there it is. That was Rock Around the Clock. Bill Haley in the comments. I do believe, yeah, Bill Haley and his comments. Okay, here we go. This is the other one I wanted to sing. Song lyrics. She roams the hills in a long black veil. I guess it's called Long Black Veil. 10 years ago, on a cold, dark night, someone was killed neath the town hall light. There were few at the scene, but they all agreed that the slayer who ran looked a lot like me. The judge said, "Son, what is your alibi? If you were somewhere else, then you won't have to die." I spoke not a word, though it meant my life, for I'd been in the arms of my best friend's wife. She walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me. Oh, the scaffold is high and eternity's near. She stood in the crowd and she shed not a tear. But late at night when the north winds blow, in a long black veil she cries over my bones. She walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me. Oh, she roams these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me. Now, I don't really know the way that real song started off, the way it went, but that's okay. I finished it up the best that I could. Now, speaking of songs and songs being sung, I'd like to add another little song that I like to sing whenever I get a chance. And it was raining outside, and well, that reminds me of this here song. So a little rain is going to bring this here song on. Okay. Let's see. Ba-doop-be-doop-be-doop-doo. What's it called? Song lyrics, You Never Call Me by My Name. And I believe it's called You Never Call Me by My Name. And, well, it's addressed out there by David Allen Cole, and he's the one that sings it, as far as I know. Well, it was all I could do to keep from crying. Sometimes it seems so useless to remain, but you don't have to call me darling. Darling, you never even call me by my name. You don't have to call me Wayley Jennings, and you don't have to call me Charlie Pride. You don't have to call me Merle Haggard anymore, even though you're on my fighting side. And I'll hang around as long as you will let me. And I never minded standing in the rain. But you don't have to call me darling. Darling, you never even called me by my name. Well, I've heard my name a few times in your phone book. Hello, hello. And I've seen it on the signs where I have played. But the only time I know I'm gonna hear David Allen Coe is when Jesus has his final judgment day. So I'll hang around as long as you will let me. And I never minded standing in the rain. But you don't have to call me darling. Darling, you never even call me by my name. Well, a friend of mine named Steve Goodman wrote that song, and he told me it was a perfect country and western song. Well, I wrote him back a letter, and I told him it was not the perfect country and western song because, well, he hadn't mentioned anything about mama, or trains, or trucks, or prison, or getting drunk. Well, he sat down and he wrote another verse to this song, and, well, he sent it to me, and after reading it, I realized that my friend had written the perfect country and western song. And I felt obliged to include it on this album here, and the last verse goes something like this. Well, I was drunk that day my mama got out of prison, and I went to pick her up in the rain, but before I could get to the station in my pickup truck, she got ran over by a damned old train, and I'll hang around as long as you will let me. And I never minded standing in the rain. No, but you don't have to call me darling. Darling, you never even called me. Well, I wonder why you don't call me. Why don't you ever call me by my name? Oh, 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 by my name. There you go. Hey, a little ditty by David Allen Cole. Alrighty. And he just stopped just east of Nashville, and he said, "Son, this is where you get off." I think I'll sing that one. I think it's called the Black Cadillac. I don't know what it's called. Song lyrics: Black Cadillac. Shine down. I got a mind full of aggravation. I can't take it. If I just relax, I say a prayer for the motivation. Keep my solid soul. I stay on the tracks. There ain't a monkey on my back, and I don't know how to act. It got me climbing up and down the walls. Now I gotta make a choice. Maybe then I can rejoice, 'cause I'm sick of the same withdrawals. I got a mind full of inspiration, and I ain't living in no past no more. So feast your eyes on the big blue skies and wave your bye-bye from a long black Cadillac. Pay the price, gotta roll the dice and wave bye-bye. That ain't the song. Song lyrics, David Allan Cole. Well, he was dressed like 1960, kinda sleek and hollow-eyed. I think it's called The Ride. That's what it's called. Song lyrics, The Ride. Yeah, there it is. I just so happened to figure it out. That's what I did. I did. Well, I was thumbing from Montgomery. I had my guitar on my back when a stranger stopped beside me in an antique Cadillac. Well, he was dressed like 1950, kind of drunk and hollow-eyed. He said, "It's a long walk to Nashville. Would you like a ride, son?" Well, I sat down in that front seat. He turned on the radio, and them sad songs coming out of them speakers was solid country gold. I noticed the stranger was ghost white pale when I asked him for a light, and I knew there was something strange about this ride. He said, "Mister, can you make folks cry when you play and sing? Like, have you paid your dues? Can you moan the blues? Can you bend them guitar strings?" He said, "Boy, can you make folks feel what you feel inside? 'Cause if you're big star bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride." Well, then he cried just south of Nashville, and he turned that car around. He said, "Son, this is where you get off, boy, 'cause I'm going back to Alabama." And as I stepped out of that Cadillac, I said, "Mister, many thanks." He said, "Son, you don't have to call me Mister. The whole world calls me Hank." He said, "Mister, can you make folks cry when you play and sing? Have you paid your dues? Can you moan the blues? Can you bend them guitar strings?" He said, "Boy, can you make folks feel what you feel inside? 'Cause if you're big star bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride." He said, "Drifter, can you make folks cry when you play and sing? Have you paid your dues? Can you moan the blues? Can you bend them guitar strings?" He said, "Boy, can you make folks feel what you feel inside? 'Cause if you're big star bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride. 'Cause if you're big star bound, let me warn you, it's a long, hard ride." Okay, that was it. Those were the two songs I was going to sing. I was going to sing them two songs, and I have sang them songs along. I don't know if I'm on the right little page. I will see if I am. If I am, I will. I will read another story. Another story for the children to go to bed for. Their bedtime stories, and I love them for my grandkids. I'm gonna read them tomorrow. Oh, 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 oh. I'm reading stories for the babies to go to bed. Sleepy, sleepy, Willow and Oliver, I said, I'm reading a story so that you can go to bed. But don't hate me because this isn't the only time you had to go to bed just because of me. I will love you without you sleeping. I'll love you every day. I'd like to have you sit on my lap someday, but so far it ain't happened. But I got a hug, I must say. I got one a month ago or a year ago. I don't know, but we got it on videotape, so it's got to be great. Oh, Love my grandchildren, and I'll read them some stories. Okay, how about the unhappy big fish? That's what I'm going to read. And here we go. I don't think I ever knew this story before, but um, in a puddle near a big river lived a group of fish. They all were friends and played with each other, and were very, very happy. Among them lived a bigger fish. He was very proud because he was bigger. He thought of himself is more important than all the other fish. He was always mumbling and grumbling in the company of the little fish. So one day one of the little fish told him, "This puddle is too small for you. I'm surprised that you don't go to live in the big river. There you would have much better pals than little fishies like us." And then the big fish thought about those words, and indeed he thought that it would be a good idea for him to go to the big river. So, "I'm tired of these little fishies," he thought to himself. "When the winter comes, I'll be able to leave this puddle and go to live in a big puddle, where I can socialize with more distinguished fish like myself." Soon the winter came and flooded the puddle. Now the big fish could easily swim to the big river. Everything was so big there, even the fish. He was resting near an underwater cave when he felt a strong current, and four large fish passed by, pushing him aside. "Move away, little fish," they said. "Don't you know this cave is reserved for big fish like us?" Little fish, he thought. He had never been called that. Life in the river was very different from the one in his puddle. He decided to hide in some algae and try to rest. Not long after, though, two huge and fearsome fish found him and started to attack him. He escaped by swimming into a little crack in a rock where they could not fit. He stayed there for some time, waiting for the others to fish to go away. When this was this the way le- was this the way life was in the river? He thought. Was this the way life was in the river? He thought. Were these the advantages of living among the big fish? He started to miss his puddle and the company of his little fishy friends. He realized he had made a mistake, so he decided to return to his puddle. The journey wasn't easy. He had to swim upstream and be extremely careful not to be attacked by other fish. Finally, after several days, he reached his puddle, and how joyful and relieved he felt. There was no other place in the world where he would rather be. The journey had made the big fish a better fish. He became the best of friends to all the other little fish. He never grumbled again. Also, he was always ready to tell them stories about the big river and the world beyond. The little fish were always happy to listen. Well, there you go. That was the the unhappy big fish. Well, he decided he better go back to his little pond and be big happy. He was big happy fish. Boy, boy, boy. All right, my friends, that looks like it. Why don't you kids either crawl into bed, crawl up on mommy's lap and let her help you, help you get into bed. Have a good night. Love you both. Kisses for you, kiss for you. Right on the old forehead. Thank you, Mom, for passing that on. Love you, kids. Love you, Ashley. All right, good night. Love y'all. You know, all you other kids that are out there that ain't got no grandpa, well, I'll be your grandpa for a while. If you want to watch the Shen Show and you want to hear Daddy, you want to hear Grandpa read out stories, or Daddy, whoever, if you want stories read to you, you just tune into the Shen Show and I will read stories to the kids every day. Okie dokie, it looks like it's time for our portion of the program called Our Daily Bread. And Our Daily Bread is going to be brought to you today by the Bible with Briscoe 2020. The Bible with Briscoe 2020 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Today's reading in the Bible with Briscoe 2020 is going to be Isaiah 5 through 6 and Ephesians 1. So don't forget to tune in to the Bible with Briscoe 2020. All right, let's see. Never enough. And today's scripture for never enough is Ecclesiastes 1 1 through 11. Because some people just can't never get enough. Well, let's just see what Ecclesiastes has to say about that. The words of the teacher, son of David, king in Jerusalem, meaningless, meaningless, says the teacher, utterly meaningless. Everything is meaningless. What do people gain from all their labors, and at which they toil under the sun? Generations come and generations go, but the earth remains forever. The sun rises and the sun sets. The wind blows to the south and turns to the north. Round and round it goes, ever returning on its course. All streams flow into the sea, yet the sea is never full. To the place that the stream comes from, there they return again. All things are wearisome, more than one can say. The eye never has enough of seeing, nor the ear its fill of hearing. What has been will be again, and what has been done will be done again. There is nothing new under the sun. Is there anything of which one can say, look, this is something new? It was here already, long ago. It was here before our time, and no one remembers the former generations, and even those yet to come will not be remembered by those who have followed them. And there you go. It's never enough. You can go one direction or go the other direction, and you will never complete anything. It's just never enough. All right, hey, that there was the Daily Bread portion of our program, brought to you today by the Bible with Briscoe 2020. The Bible with Briscoe 2020 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. So don't forget to tune in to the Bible with Briscoe 2020. All right, hey friends, that looks like it's it for me. Looks like the end of the Shen Show. And so I've got one more song for you, and that would be, oh, well, goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I said goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends, goodbye. This here's Ben Shenandoah Briscoe saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning in to the Shen Show, and as always, you know God loves you, and so do I. So be blessed and come back and see me tomorrow because, well, hey, I'll be here, and I hope that you are too.